Danny Glover, Gary Busey. The movie is Lethal Weapon, and there's one more star.
Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson. And Mel Gibson's in it, too.
Really?
You know, it's fun to go behind the scenes of a movie and then seeing how the public responds to it once it's open, and I had a chance to do that with Lethal Weapon. I've always been a Mel Gibson fan.
Nolly's a huge Mel Gibson.
Yes, well,
huge
all right,
Mel Gibson
I stand corrected. All right. But Danny Glover and Gary Busey put in some great performances in this. For Danny Glover, it's a chance to play a good guy, and it's also a chance for Gary Busey to play a little bit of a lighter role than usual.
Roger Murtaugh wanted out.
Too old for this.
He carried a six-shooter and the hope of retirement until he met this guy.
Raj, meet your new partner.
New partner?
Martin Riggs carried a 16-shot automatic Beretta and a personality to match. Put them together, and you've got one of the biggest action movies to hit in a long time.
It's a great relationship and great chemistry, and I think what these men are able to do is elicit a lot of emotional life, and they're just not stoic, physical, shoot-'em-up guys.
But there is plenty of shoot-'em-up in this movie, which on the outside seems like one of your standard Vietnam vets turned cop bust drug ring stories. But the human Lethal Weapon himself explains why it's not.
I get lots of action films, and you can look at them and sort of go, oh, it's another action film, over the shoulder. But this has a kind of light and warmth to it that I liked, and good characters. And I think that's the most important thing to go for. And the action is just, is almost like a sideline, and means a lot more, and is a lot more pointed because of the situation and because of the characters involved. So that's why I liked it.
Now, if you would kindly tell me everything you know, I promise you I'll kill you quick. I told you everything I know.
Gary Busey plays a mercenary, the foil for Glover and Gibson. He says the movie works so well because none of the people involved lost touch with childhood, when playing the Red Ryder, the Lone Ranger, or Billy the Kid seemed real.
When it was time for me to come in and eat dinner after I'd been doing the Lone Ranger all day, as far as my parents didn't know, but they had the Lone Ranger sitting there at the table. So these are a bunch of guys that have been doing that all their life when they were young, and they're still very much in touch with it. So now we get to come out and make a film and get to play those guys for real, get to do it all for real, and just have the same awareness as you had when you were in the 5th grade.
Making sure these guys looked the parts meant months of handling weapons and working with trainers.
I'm more fit now than I've ever been. I feel great. So, I mean, I welcome it. Now, you know, I'm starting to get the old spare tire. And past the 3rd decade, you know, you start dragging your spare tire around behind you. And,
oh, come on. Here you are, big 30 years old. You can't complain like that.
oh, well, it's... I look good now only because I've been working so hard.
For Danny Glover, being fit was a bit of a problem for the 39-year-old actor playing 50. At one point, he had to talk director Richard Donner into letting him keep his shirt on.
And I kept trying to say, without saying the fact, that I hopefully don't look physically like I'm 50, so we best have my shirt on, as opposed to a T-shirt on, as opposed to, I know it may look all right, you know, on film with me with the shirt off, but for the character, it would be best to disguise
that you got that great chest under there.
That I have a decent chest. You're so babe. No, I'm not.
For the actors, this movie seems like a present. For Danny Glover, a chance to play a good guy after his role as a wife abuser in The Color Purple. For Mel Gibson, another star vehicle to enhance the Aussie's already huge popularity. And for Gary Busey, a chance to live life as a blonde.
It was a couple of days to do it. They did it with tinfoil, and I looked like an air conditioning unit. But it worked out fine. I think I'll get me a chicken franchise after this movie here.
Oh, you'd be great.
Sell popcorn.
He looks kind of good as a blonde, doesn't he?
Well, you're partial. You think anybody blonde looks good.
Not true.
You know what? When a Mel Gibson story comes on Entertainment This Week, no one in the studio is allowed to speak.
Well, I think it's appropriate to have, you know, a little reverence.
A fanatic.